There's certainly a theme about sort of lying and sort of reclamation of truth within the films, particularly with Yona Lewis and Calvin Thomas's White Lie, Sophie Duraff's Antigone. We're seeing that also in Tammy's Almost Dying. So there is this sort of common thread with sort of seclusion of the truth. I think we could make an easy comparison in terms of fake news and what's dominating the headlines, the person who's dominating the current international headlines at this point. Perhaps that is a subconscious representation of what's happening, but I can't really say that for certain. One thing that's also really exciting are the amount of new voices in the Canadian program, specifically from the East Coast of Canada. Nicole Dorsey's Black Conflux, which stars Ella Ballantyne, who people might know from Man with an E. Heather Young's debut feature from Halifax called Murmur, which is, I would say, formally one of the most interesting films that we have at the festival. And also a few other, Aisling Chin Lee's debut feature starring Heather Graham, which also kind of ties in this sort of common thread of female friendship that we see in Aisling Chin Lee's film Rest of Us, as well as Black Conflux, and of course also Tammy's Almost Dying. So there is that sort of, and also an Indigenous film from Myriam Verreau's Quebecois Indigenous story, Kusipan, very strong Indigenous story of friendship, and from this Quebecois community. Ellen Page's film There's Something in the Water, so her debut documentary feature, it's this idea that industrial facilities like chemical facilities or mines and waste dumps are being built next to communities, minority communities, marginalized communities like Indigenous communities, African American communities.